Well, there are some teams and there are some drivers starting in some places that they probably wish they weren't starting in, but things like this can make the race pretty interesting if we even have a race, because Spa has rained us out before like a nice wet spa. And this time around, we're already battling with seeing if the moisture and the rain is going to hold up. And who knows what the hell is going to happen on race day. But I do know something that's going to happen on race day. Some people are going to have 5, 10, 15, even back of the grid penalties. Who are these drivers? First, let's go over our list. PUs used. And of course, this list will not include the PUs that have been used to issue the penalties that have already been issued. And we will also go over that. So if you look at this list right here, this is what I'm showing you is the drivers that are in danger of having grid penalties going forward for the rest of the season, given how these units have to be changed. First up, we already see Mercedes is pretty good right now. Lewis Hamilton running up against the red line coming to TCs and MGUH, but let's just focus on the teams that are at the line and about to fall over the line. And those teams are drivers are Red Bull, both Max and Sergio. Ferrari, both Charles and Carlos. As you see, 4 pretty much across the grid there. They're already over some of those limits except for exhaust. Charles is right there at the line at exhaust being 8, whereas Max and Sergio are right there at the line, and we know Max is tipping over that line because he is also one of these 6 drivers, I believe, that's going to be penalized at the grid, okay? So coming on down here, Daniel pretty clear, so we don't need to worry about him, but Lando right at the line, and we know he falls over the line. Alonso over the line, especially when it comes to ICE, TC, and MGUH and MGUK. He's right there. He's over the line. Ocon is the one that's right at the line, and he also tips over. Then we have both AlphaTauri drivers, Pierre Gasly and Yuki, over the line in several areas right there. Let me get a sip. Over the line right there in several areas. And as we go ahead and skip through Aston and Williams, they're looking pretty good right now in majority of those areas. We get down here to Alfa Romeo, Valtteri, as we know, over the line, several areas right there. Zhou right at the line. He is going to tip over probably at some point in time during this season. And then we have Haas, Magnussen over the line, and Schumacher right at the line. Now, we already know, and if you don't know, I'm about to inform you on 6 drivers right now facing penalty grids going into the Belgian GP this Sunday at the race. We just had our live qualifying watch. If you weren't there, you should have been there. If you haven't joined the channel, you should join the channel. We do things a bit differently here. And yes, I have the Don P on deck to pop if Mercedes gets a podium. And this is something that members get to vote on. And I put the bottles up there, they vote on them, and we get toasted on Sunday for finale lap. But let's get into this. Max will be facing back of the grid penalty for Sunday, replacing the ICE, TC, MGUH, MGUK. If you don't know what these acronyms or these abbreviations mean, I got them right there for you. Right there. If I can point the right way. Bow. Right there. The abbreviations, the key is right there. So when I read out these acronyms, abbreviations, you'll know what they stand for, okay? So then Charles, he's going to drop 10 spots on the grid depending on where he finishes in qualifying. So if he can get the top spot, he'll drop down 10th mid place, which will put him in a better situation than if he doesn't qualify. He qualifies 5. He's going to drop all the way back to 15. He's going to be right there in the jaws of Max Verstappen, because we know pretty much Max is going to come up pretty easy off the bottom of that lake. We can be pretty guaranteed on that. So he's replacing the gearbox cassette drive line. He's going to face 10 spots. Norris, back of the grid, along with Max. And since they're buddy, they'll keep each other company for at least some time, maybe 3 laps, possibly. Max will probably leave him pretty soon, depending on where they finish. Doesn't matter. They're going to be at the back of the grid. Lando takes the ES, and CE, okay? Energy stores and the control electronics is what he's taking, okay? Ocon, back of the grid as well. Ocon's a pretty good guy. Pretty cool guy. Looks pretty cool. I don't know. I had to pay a little bit more attention to him, see if he's got some quirks about himself. We'll see about that. But he also will be at the back of the grid with Lando and Max. Ocon having a good amount of parts, PUs here. ICE, TC, MGUH, and MGUK, ES, and CE. Yeah, they went crazy on that car. Hopefully it shows in pace and performance. Bottas, 15 drops. He's going to drop back to 15 depending on where he qualifies. If he qualifies in 1, which I highly doubt it, he'll drop to 15. He'll be right there. But if he qualifies 5th, he's going to be at the back of the grid any damn way. So it might as well say back of the grid. We have not seen Butters pretty much qualify. Bottas qualify like top 4 or 5, so I don't expect much from that. So yeah, he's going to be back there. He's got both the cassette and the driveline of the gearbox, the ICE, the TC, and the MGUH. And Mick Schumacher, he's going to drop 10 drops to the back of the grid. And I'm going to say to the back of the grid because I haven't seen him really qualify above the top 10. So he's likely to the back. All right. So with that being said, he has the CE, gearbox, cassette, and driveline. That is what's going on. Those are your 6 drivers as of right now that are facing grid penalties, either all the way to the back or dropping spots, several spots from wherever they qualify. So these drivers should be working pretty hard to get the best qualifying they can, especially if they don't have to the back of the grid. I think the person who has the best, 2 people have the best opportunities to try to not drop as far back as Charles and, of course, Mick. Everybody else to the back. That's where they're going, all right? So there you go. There's your PU update. You know that's what I do here. Try to do the upgrades, the updates, the changes, and the PU statuses, what's going on. This right here, I think, might be the most amount of drivers that we have had being penalized to this degree for power unit element changes. I want to say, but if I'm wrong, just put it below in the comment section. We're all learning here. I'm not a historian. I don't do that. I'm not a historian, okay? I do things the way I do them. Hopefully you can enjoy some of the information and take it into the race, understand why some things are happening. You know I'm going to be here. I'm always going to be here. We're going to be here live tomorrow, race day, post the race for finale lap, where we're going to go crazy over the highlights, talk shit, have debates, pop bottles possibly. Yeah, we're going in. It looks, depending on how qualifying go, we might see. Lewis Hamilton has yet to have a season where he's never had a win except thus far this season. And tomorrow, Sunday, could be the day that he possibly gets that win and continues his winning streak of every season having a win for every season that he's competed. That is pretty cool. It's pretty monumental either way you look at it. To see that somebody's gone that long having wins and now this one season they don't, that was a good run, or he gets another win and continues that streak, okay? And if he gets another podium, this will be 6 podiums back-to-back that Lewis Hamilton has had, and it might speak to the performance of Mercedes actually coming up. As we already know, Red Bull is performing well, hence Max being 80 damn points ahead in the championship fight. And if he does not finish off podium and he continues to finish on podium, Charles could finish first every race and still not win the championship. I went over that math before. If you didn't see that video, go back and check the catalog. All right, just build it. Peace. Thanks for watching another episode of Wolfpack Performance. Don't forget to check out some of my other content on Formula One and motorsports topics. Like, share, subscribe, and we go live on the weekends. See you soon.